Hey guys!
All right, folks, we're here today to do a Patreon request from this patrono right here. The name of the band is Daeva, and the name of the song is Polluting the Sanctuary. Now, I've polluted the sanctuary a few times during Mass, but I always wait for a nice, loud hymn so that when I do my pollution, it goes unnoticed. It goes unnoticed. Maybe not unnoticed by the people around me, but unnoticed by the masses.
Yeah, because you're like Peter Griffin when you fart. You make it very obvious.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
I do lift a little bit. But okay,
especially when you're on the couch. Like, I can walk downstairs and see you on the couch. I know exactly when you fart because you lift up your leg just a little bit.
Because I always have a fear that if I don't do that, the fart is going to bounce and go back in again. I have this thought process in my mind. So I need to create a little bit of leverage so that there's a way out.
If you don't air out your fart, it will kill you.
Exactly. It's like an implosion. Like, you know, there's no way to go but up.
It's like it's like having a grenade outside of water versus a grenade inside of water. Yeah. The inside of water does less destruction than the grenade outside of water?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So that's kind of how I feel towards that. No, but if I'm standing, it's not like I lift one leg when I'm standing.
No, but you, like, twitch a bit.
Well, I mean, there is... I'm pushing something through. I mean, it takes effort. It's not effortlessly. I mean, sometimes it is, but normally when it is, it has horrible results.
Oh, they're going to say it's because of the colonoscopy.
Oh, shit. That time is
That's when it's loosey-goosey.
Yeah, that's a little bit... But I don't go to church before a colonoscopy.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Not that I go to church on a regular basis. Anyways, going to church technically is a colonoscopy, but just one...
Funny enough, you've had more colonoscopies in the last 2 years than you've gone to church.
That's a fact. That is a fact. That is a fact. But that's what happens when you reach my age. You gotta get them going.
You go more there than the church. Okay.
You gotta get them going. All right, because
soon you're gonna hit the age where both of them intertwine.
I just hope. No, I wish they had a card that after 10 I get a free one, but that's not the case yet. That's not happening yet. So, anyways, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Let's fucking do it. Oh, very satanic. Oh, the devil asking him to pull his finger. Are we really sure that those Norwegian churches that burned down were burned by Satanists? Maybe it was just one of those candles that people light, that tip over or something like that.
Yes, the churches were burned down by charmed aroma.
By incense. I don't know. Just a
the
theory.
The nuns just wanted the piece of jewelry at the bottom of the candle.
Just a theory.
So they lit it on fire.
Because after that, churches started using electronic candles where you put a quarter and then the candle lights up for like, a minute or two.
I feel like that's not the reason. I think the reason was they just wanted my fucking quarter.
They just want more money.
I know. Like the envelope at church wasn't enough.
The reason why they pretty soon they're gonna have one of those square things on their phone. The priest is gonna pass his iPhone with a square and people just swipe their credit card.
Dude, getting a square is so easy. I don't think I've ever told this story on the channel, but I've told you before. I was downtown with my friends, and this guy just came up to me and wanted to sell me this book or whatever, something he wrote.
Yeah, on the streets.
Yeah, and then he opened it up and it was fucking blank, and he's like, "You want to buy one?" And I'm like, I felt bad, and I'm like, "I don't have any cash on me." He's like, "I knew you'd say that, my brother." And he pulled out a fucking square, and it was pristine. It was more pristine than I went to a restaurant before, and they had a dirty ass fucking card machine. That shit was pristine. It's like almost he just bought it.
Maybe he did.
Maybe he did.
Maybe.
But like. How the fuck? Like, it wasn't even like the little thing on his phone. I'm talking about like a
full
on.
Oh, I thought it was the little square on your phone.
No, I'm talking about a full on. Like,
wow.
What the hell?
That's impressive.
So if he can get one.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm just putting it
soon
out there.
The church is going to be like, they're going to pass it around and it's going to say tip. Like, you have to give like $2, but there's like 50% tip.
I don't go to church, man, so I don't, honestly. Like you said, more colonoscopies than church visits. I think my next church visit is going to be either when you get married or when I die.
Let's hope it's the first one.
Let's hope it's the first one, not the second. But it is what it is. I mean, for me, this video and what we're watching in the background, it looked like some Benny Hinn shit, like evangelist shit. Like,
yeah,
it's evangelist shit. No, I didn't say Benny Hill. I said Benny Hinn.
No, but I'm saying it reminded me. So if it kind of looks like if I watched a compilation of like those 80s and 90s or in 70s. So I'm gonna put it like those 3 decades of
in 90s.
I said in 90s. I said 90s,
okay.
80s, and 70s.
All right.
Of those like
evangelicals.
Cults.
Yeah, but those are all evangelists, like because they're exorcising the demons. Demon be gone.
Those cults did that shit too, where they would think that they're the incarnation of God, and so that's why they did that.
Yeah,
right.
But you see that in evangelics as well.
But that's what it reminded me of. More of the cults. I'm trying to.
It's a very fine line between evangelics and cults.
I feel like they're very related.
I think the Venn diagram. There's a connection there.
I think the Venn diagram. They're connected in many ways. But it reminded me. I'm just watching like.
And I always find the people who claim to be the ones that are going to guide you are the ones that are the most sinful of them all.
Yeah.
It's that old saying of "do as I say, don't do as I do."
I mean, but they all end in the same way. Poison fruit punch.
That was in Guyana.
No, that happens everywhere, dude. Almost all the cults end in the mass suicide.
But not fruit punch.
Kool-Aid.
Sometimes they just take a pill or something.
And sometimes it's Sunny D.
Sunny D is not Kool-Aid or fruit punch.
Yeah, but Sunny D is like.
At least they get the vitamin C. They get the vitamin C with their suicide pill.
Dead.
With their suicide pill.
Yeah,
anyhow,
I just felt like I was watching videos of like those cults. On my phone that I just went to the settings and I put it on inverted colors.
Anything to do with religion is all basically a bunch of mass hypnosis. That's all it is. To quote Sepultura, it's all mass hypnosis. Because like you like this video, it's a perfect example of that. It's a perfect example of that. The video that you kind of seen with the distorted colors, like it's weak minds. It really is. People have weak minds, and you're always looking for an answer to the things that you don't have an answer for.
Yeah.
It's the problem with humanity is that we always want to find out what's the purpose of life, what's the meaning of life,
But they
why
don't
am I
wanna live
here,
it.
why did this happen to me, why did this, blah, blah,
But
blah,
they
blah,
ask
blah,
these
blah.
questions, but they're too busy asking the questions and not just living that life.
Yeah, the purpose of life is whatever you make out of it. That's
Exactly.
the purpose of your life.
Of life is living the life and making the life the way you want to live it. Now, when it comes to like religions and stuff, believe in your religion, do your thing. But I think religions in themselves they do their thing and I'm like that's that. But when it comes to like the extra stuff, like I count cults and evangelists as some sort of religion.
You realize we have family in Portugal that they are evangelists, right? Like most of my dad's family, they're Bible thumpers. You realize that?
Are they?
Oh yeah.
Wasn't there? Oh fuck.
Heavy duty.
Yeah, and
My uncle is
one of
what
mom's
do you
cousins.
call him? Like a goat herder? Like what do you call the guy that leads the flock?
Yeah,
The shepherd. Okay.
Okay, but then there's also one of
Goat herder.
there's one of mom's what's it called? What's her? I can't remember what she is to mom, but she joined a cult. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, she joined a cult. So I can say this.
Yeah, but she joined a different kind of cult. But a cult nevertheless.
A cult nevertheless. It was
Yeah, we have people in our family that are cult members.
Cult members, yes. Yes, do we talk to these people?
Maybe,
No.
well, not anymore.
Not anymore.
Well, the ones in Portugal we do, but we stay away from religion. Unless you're my brother. And then he doesn't. And he's always like throwing like things at them like, the Bible says this, but this is a little bit offside. And then, anyways, let's not get into that. The point being...
And they're like, no, VAR, we gotta check that one more time.
We gotta check. Yeah, we gotta look at Luke 1:16. Let's see what Luke 1:16 is saying.
Austin 3:16 says I just whooped your ass.
Yeah, well, I don't know about Luke. Luke says to get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. So, anyhow, what did you think about this song?
I don't know, man. It was good, but it was like... It was good.
Repetitive?
It was repetitive at some points, but I mean, that was to be expected. But
I like the whole devil telling Adam to pull his finger.
yeah,
I thought
that was
cool.
okay. But like, the footage was just like I said. I went on my phone. I turned on inverted colors just because I wanted to make my eyes bleed, and I watched a bunch of evangelist / cult members do their thing. But the song itself was kind of like a background to that. So it was never like I was listening to the song or watching the video. It was almost like I was just experiencing what was happening.
I always find interesting about black metal and people who take the whole satanic approach, like the heart.
Yeah, black metal.
I'm not talking about the people who Satan but they're not like Satan.
No,
100%.
they Satan like when they fucking Slayer.
Yeah, exactly. But they're not like they don't live it. They just promote it, but
Yes.
they don't live it. So, but I always find interesting.
Satan on Friday, God on Sunday.
Yesterday I was reading the Bible. Today I'm doing drugs.
Today I read the Bible. Yeah, no.
Yesterday I was reading the Bible. Today I'm doing drugs. Anyways. Anyhow, I was going to say is that I always find it a little bit funny because technically if you are a hardcore Satanist, that's also a church. It's just the Church of Satan. I mean, religion doesn't have to be all God and whatever. I mean, a church and a religion is basically you praying to something or believing in something that's greater than you to a certain extent. So, those that criticize Christianity and the Catholic Church, but then are Satanists. You're still deriving from the same tree.
Yeah, you're doing the same thing. You're just
calling it. Yeah, you're just the opposite. But he's still without one, there wouldn't be no other.
I bet you they still have collection baskets.
In the Church of Satan?
Yeah, because it's like, but instead of building a bigger church, they're like, well, this year we only sacrificed a chicken, and we are going to be getting more money, so next year we can sacrifice a pig.
Or a goat.
Or a goat.
Or a cow, if you want to go really big.
Nah, I think goat is the pinnacle.
Goat is the pinnacle?
Yeah.
All right. From the pinnacle to the pit. On that note, I got to say this. The video highlights all the things that we just talked about, so there's not much more to say about that. The song, I enjoyed the song, but I think the song could have been 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes long.
Yeah.
I would have gotten the same point.
Uh-huh.
Across.
Not
that I didn't like it.
Unless jacket swinging and people falling. I thought people were doing fucking trust falls. Like, what the hell? Like, well, my godly trust fall.
Like,
When you...
what's up with the jacket thing? Like, I honestly, I don't.
He has like asbestos in his jacket, and it got in their eyes like when he went like this. So when they fell.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know about any of these people. Like
those evangelists,
like
they
the
were
Joel
Cosbying
Olsteins
people,
of our lifetime.
the evangelists, they were Cosbying people before Cosby. Like making them fall with one.
The funny part is that they do that. The front row falls, but the second row holds them back.
Yeah.
Like the power just ends at the front row. Like, is that what it is? Like, there's not a wave happening. Like,
Well, it's like a grenade, man.
oh, it just kills the people in the periphery of the grenade,
Like
in the radius
grenade,
of
like
the
the
grenade.
exploded, but like you're still in the proximity. Like
You're in the shock zone.
You're in the shock zone, so technically the power, like the wave that goes through the air of the grenade, still kills you, but it may not kill the guy
behind it.
Behind
because
you.
he's also like you're
you
in
also
front,
take
you're absorbing the hit.
You're absorbing the hit. Yeah.
So for them to expel the devil out of everybody, he has to walk through the pews and then throw his jacket around.
No, they have to come on stage so he can show the world.
So just go line by line instead of taking the body of Christ.
If he really had to do that,
you take the jacket of the shepherd. I don't know.
And they always have like stupid ass names too.
Who?
The evangelist or the cult, like the cult leaders and shit. They have like some stupid ass name they created just so they can seem like really cool.
And they always say that the Lord spoke to them. Have you heard it? Like
the Lord spoke to me.
But just me. But he only talks to me.
Yes.
Only me.
He only talks to me.
Nobody else. He doesn't talk to anybody else. Only to me. I'm his vessel.
Someone comes up to him and is like, "What do I do? What would the Lord do?" Give me 1 minute. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. So basically, he told me to tell. Like that's technically what he's doing. Like
people are so fucking gullible.
I know.
Like, I mean, seriously.
But I feel like they're less gullible nowadays.
Are you kidding me?
I don't think there's as many.
Donald Trump just sold all of his NFTs for $99.
Yeah, but I bet you Donald Trump supporters didn't buy them. It was definitely the people who buy NFTs bought them to sell to Trump supporters.
No, definitely Trump supporters, because now they're complaining that they didn't get them on their email because they're not very computer savvy. So now they don't know where to get those
okay,
NFTs.
But what I'm saying is like there's not an array of evangelists / cults nowadays. I mean, that we know of, yes, but I'm talking about like doing big things.
Doing big things. Well, they're not on CNN every week killing themselves.
The G League. They're not doing NBA type shit no more. Back in the 90s and the 80s and 70s, they were doing some NBA type shit.
That is true.
Like the Japanese cult that did all that. The what's it called? The poisoning on the train.
Well, the Dave Koresh and when he killed everybody.
There was the online one. I can't remember.
There was an online one?
The one that was like something world.
There was one where they cut their dicks off because they couldn't go into the spaceship with their dicks, and then they killed themselves. Maybe they killed themselves because they realized they cut their dicks off.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? Like,
honestly, that's one of the times that
there's certain mistakes that there's no coming back from. Having said that, if that had happened now, there would have been other options for them.
Yeah.
Just putting it out there.
Well, technically, they could just get it stitched back on.
Or they could go in a different avenue altogether.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They could transition to something different.
Uh-huh. But, like I said, they can just get it stitched back on.
And
it still works.
Double-sided tape. Just throw some double-sided tape on it. So anyways, fuck. Yeah.
Let's get some Scotch tape.
Let's not forget Charles Manson.
What?
And his cult, too.
Charles Manson.
Like, they were doing big things back then.
Doing big things, man. Cults got to make a comeback, man.
I think cults now are different. Now it's cults of personality, to quote CM Punk. I think that's where we at these days, is cults of personality. People are, if you look at, I know we're going on a fucking tangent here, but fuck it, whatever.
It's us.
If you look at the cult of personality of Donald Trump and for example Elon Musk to us now, like he's the new one now, like it's no different. Or even if you look at Barack Obama. I have nothing against either of these people, but you have to admit that people jumped on the bandwagon of these guys, and everybody's riding their dicks all the way to fucking Kingdom Come.
I think
no pun intended.
I think it's just it's not really cult, and now it's
just
simping.
Cult of personality.
Now it's just simping.
Okay,
no,
you're changing the name, but it's still
the same thing where you blindly follow someone based on your values, and even if they do step over the lines of your values,
you always find the reason to accommodate.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's no different.
But that happens with everybody. I mean, those are some good examples, but there are more than that.
That's what I'm saying. But the cults, the Charles Mansons of the world are done. That is done.
Call them cults, man.
That is
They're
done.
Not cults.
That's going from like black and white TV to color TV. We're on color TV now,
bro. That's still not cults to me. I think cults are back in the G League, and one day they'll make their way back.
They make a comeback.
one day there'll be that one cult that brings it back, where the guy is like, I'm the
new Messiah.
I'm the reincarnation of Paul Walker, and all the Fast and the Furious fans just become like so obsessed with this guy.
Oh, and they're doing like fucking drifting downtown LA.
Yeah, and then it gets really bad because it's like drive-bys, but they're pumping like I don't know, like not Sean Paul. Is it Sean Paul?
Yeah, Sean Paul is a good one.
Yeah, no, it's not Sean Paul. It's
Ludacris.
No, Don Omar, because he did
No,
Bandolero. So they're all blasting Bandolero while they're drifting in downtown and doing drive-bys in the name of Shaw Walker. Because it's Paul Walker's like alternate guy.
Ego?
Yeah, it's like a guy who was reincarnated. It's Paul Walker's reincarnation.
Wow.
Walker Paul Wheelchair.
I don't get the last one, but sounds very offside to me. But anyhow,
Shook of you on that one.
it seems very offside to me. Anyhow, we're I think we're done with this video.
What the fuck did we do? We're talking about cults.
Dude, but that's the video took us there.
Yeah.
The song took us there. We go where the song takes us.
And maybe we got people now to just like search up cults and stuff and do some. Hey Liz, I enjoy just searching up stuff from like, like not cool events, but just events in the past. So you find a lot of shit. That Japanese cult that did like the train poisoning, that one is fucked. And if you actually find out all that stuff, it's very interesting how they were able to do all the stuff that they did without like being stopped right away.
I just gotta say, whenever Japanese do something, they always do it great, even if it's a bad thing. I'm just saying, like, those guys, they don't fuck around. They don't take half measures.
They're like Chicago's dicks. They do it big, man.
Yeah, they don't do things half-ass. They don't, either they go all out or they don't go out at all.
Exactly.
I mean, that's what the fuck is happening there. And you gotta appreciate.
They're the Asian Texas, man. Everything's bigger in Japan.
Everything goes one step a little bit over the line, when it comes to doing something. But you gotta praise that. You gotta give them props.
Yeah, man.
You gotta give them props. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
Why cut it now when it could be better? Like.
All right.
That's why. Why end now when we can make it 10 times better? I feel like that's always the mindset.
I think the mindset is also to fail upwards.
Fail upward? Yeah, like if we're gonna fuck up.
If you're gonna keep fucking up, eventually you're gonna do something right. So
fuck up?
It's like fuck up to fuck up until you get it right.
That's just
Because if you end on a fuck up, then you're just a fuck up. But if you keep fucking up until you get it right,
the fuck ups won't matter that much because you got it right.
Exactly. See, I'm glad we could help you guys out.
Wow.
Yeah. I feel like my life has been a little bit like that.
I feel like we had a podcast.
I failed upwards as far as my work is concerned, at least.
I feel like we just did a podcast and the song was kind of like the intro to the podcast.
The podcast. All right. On that note, guys, let's call it a day here.
Yeah.
Okay. We're good. I hope you guys are good too. We'll see you all at the next one.
See ya.